Hello everybody, this is RotWK here, welcome back to another RotWK 2.2 live stream, or replay, yes, fuck. Today we have a 1v1, 2v2, I don't know where I am anymore. 2v2 on Buckland. Jesus, I botched that. Anyway, we have our first player, Glaurung, as Elves in the top left, and Jaberwauke as his ally, as Mordor. I'm assuming he's ally, of course. Yes, he is. Good. It's always top versus bottom, but maybe not. And we have the opposing team, Dogi as Mordor in the bottom left, and his opponent, his ally, Ab3r as Dwarves. You remember this game? No spoilers, Dogi. And of course I am streaming this, so if you're watching this later on YouTube, I may be talking to Twitch chat every now and then. Alright, so we have, of course, a green pasture coming out for Glaurung. So he's going to go cav starts. It looks like Jaberwauke's going to go double orcs. And also Dogi going to go double orcs. Ab3r going to go what I can only assume is a battle wagon. But you never know with that Ab3r guy. Maybe it'll be a demolisher rush. I'm going to go with probably not. So I'm going to guess battle wagons out for Ab3r. There it is. Alrighty. And of course my orcs have shields and stuff because I am playing on a HD edition mod for Rise of the Witch King. So it's not a... So it's different. It's not part of 2.02, etc, etc. And no, it's not available for download. As of 2019. Damn! Alright, got some nice building placement here from Dogi, right between these two buildings. Makes it very difficult to attack that farm from two angles. Alright, we got the first battalion of Lancers out. It looks like Jaberwauke has claimed the outpost now. And of course those Lancers are going to shred those orcs pretty easily. There's the first battle wagon up for Ab3r. Very nice indeed. And that'll help completely destroy this orc harassment. So both sides have a pretty good counter to the orc harassment spam here. So I'd imagine both sides are not going to get much done with that. As of course, it'll be a bit tricky. Because of course, how are they going to get by it? The longer, of course, Jaberwauke holds on to this outpost, though, the better off he'll be. He's throwing down Horizon Palace now. Looks like we have a barracks down and some Mithlon sentries out for Glaurung there. Dogi's building up a new horde of orcs. Many hordes of orcs, in fact. These cav, of course, if they do try to trample this, they will get stuck a bit, so he has to be a little careful. He did clip it just a little bit, but he did lose a horse. And Ab3r is gone straight into battle wagon laming, which is always good. Oh goodness. Men of Dale on the back of the battle wagons are very good. They got a lot of range. Battle wagons, of course, in 2.2 version 7 can capture outposts and inns and stuff, so that's always useful. It's weird that they couldn't before, actually, but you know, I remember that was a thing that was added a while ago. Alright, so a couple Lancers, we got some archers and some pikes there. As long as Ab3r is careful. Let me just check this. Ab3r's hosting as I would have expected this game. So he's going to have good micro of his battle wagons, of course. And him and Dogi are making an aggressive push into the base of Glaurung. He doesn't seem to really have an answer other than the cav. If the cav can get on the battle wagon and stay there for a minute, they will take the battle wagon down, but the problem is the battle wagon is so fast. Meanwhile, while Ab3r is off on an adventure, his base is being shredded by billions of orcs from Jaberwauke, who seems to get that siege works down. Very nice indeed. And that'll stop any more battle wagons being popped out of there. So Ab3r basically has no eco at this point. He has a couple of battle wagons with Metadale on them. And a lot of orcs in his base. So it's actually... While he does have these really aids units, they're really mobile and they got really good range and they're just generally annoying to deal with, he doesn't have much of a base. So that is going to set him behind. But it looks like, of course, a lot of similar things have happened over here in Glaurung's base. He doesn't have much of a eco as it is. He's got this one tree. And I'm assuming he'll start getting things repaired soon. But it looks like he's going for a mirror of Galadriel so he can actually get his troops healed up. Which is wise, because he does have this cav here, which is 500 resources, of course. You don't want to have to rebuy those when you don't have an eco. It's not a bad call. Now, Ab3r is transitioning into a hole of warriors. She really doesn't really... You don't really need any more battle wagons than 2 if you can keep them alive. Which he is doing. We got a nice little siege works coming up, and we do have 2 Horizon pauses here now. I'd say Jaberwauke's in a good spot. He hasn't taken tons of damage in his base. He's teching up nicely. And he's also helping attack his other side's opponent there. Dogi's going for some orcs there. He's got 1 palace. And he's still got a fair amount of eco going, and he's got a sizable force in the field on both sides as well. Helping out his ally, of course. That's what I like to see in team games, actual teamwork instead of just 1v1s on each side of the map. It always makes it a little more exciting, in my opinion, when you have a bit more other teamworks. There's the first battalion of Guardians for Ab3r, but now he's going to have to fend off quite a few Easterlings and Orcs here, which he's not going to be able to do very well. And if Ab3r, of course, is not careful, if he decides to let his micro slip, his battle wagons will run in the death. He is keeping them on whole ground stance, it looks like, so they just sit there. They don't charge in, but they still shoot, which can be useful. Yeah, it looks like Dogi's going for a big attack here in Glaurung's base. Glaurung doesn't have a lot to defend either. He's still trying to heal up what little he had. As far as his eco goes, it's not very good. Couple trees, it looks like. It's pretty harsh. Ab3r's at 240 at 300. He did start healing. He's got 5 power points currently. Dogi, the Mordor player on the bottom left, he's got 420-ish to 675. He's got 5 power points, if you get more chance now. So you can give him a 5 or 10 if he saves. You got 128 for 300 for Glaurung, this elf player. He's got 5 now as well. And then we have 490 of 550, 6 power points in the back after getting more chance there. So no one's chosen a second 5 power point or anything. Looks like everybody's going to save for a 10. And a few of the players do not have very much eco. We have a Mouth of Sauron out for Glaurung. Very nice. If he uses this Mouth of Sauron properly, he'll do pretty significant damage. Sauron does have Splash, of course, which is very useful. But of course, he also has a weakness to pikes when he's on his horse. Just to be a little bit careful. And it looks like we do have Dogi in control of the outpost. So he will be getting the money from that. The northern team should really take care of that, not let it sit. You want to starve your opponent's eco as much as possible, really. We do have a tower being thrown up from Glaurung, or Jaberwauke. Right in front of the base. I guess it's in the middle, technically, both of the bases. And it looks like Jaberwauke... Not Jaberwauke. Glaurung has taken the outpost. Alright. If I had to judge at the current moment, I would say the northern team is winning by a bit. Only due to the fact is Ab3r is not in the best of ways. He is recovering, it looks like. He's got much more mines. He still has his 2 battle wagons, which are doing the Lord's work, of course. It's like Mouth of Sauron has been taken off his horse, and he is running around on foot. Dogi is getting savaged by elves, which feels bad. And a lot of his army is over here fighting Jaberwauke's army there. Looks like the doggy carry is in full effect. But in comes the battle wagons, very nice. Ever able to sneak in there and kill a majority of the elven archers. Which is going to definitely help things out. Doggy should be able to clean this up. As long as there's not too much elven archer support. It's not very threatening. It looks like he's got a level 3 siege works. So Doggy could potentially go for Black Riders. I mean, that's pretty much the reason you go for level 3 siege works. So I'm going to assume that's exactly what's going to happen soon. And of course he's continuing to get more troops. He does have a level 2 orc bit there. So he can get more black orcs, which are better than basic orcs, obviously. And quite savage. Glaurung is doing a good job keeping his units alive, though. Keeping them not completely destroyed and returning them back to their base to heal up again. That's why it's very economical to play as elves. You wanna be economical. You wanna save your troops if you can and get them healed up. I mean, you kind of do as any faction, but I feel like, you know, elves are kind of more so, maybe. You want to recycle your men, more or less. We do have Gothmog out for Jaberwauke. Does he have a house color? Oh, he does. It's very subtle. It's only on like the skirt of his pants. So it's hard to tell who he is from a distance. But he is savaging. So, you know, 2 heroes for one Mordor feels pretty good for them. These battle wagons are now level 5. Oof. Disgusting. Ab3r's pushing out with a force of guardians and phalanx. And continuing, of course, to get his stuff going. He's now sitting on 2 halls. Are they called halls? I forget. Halls of Warriors, of course, yeah. I was thinking Halls of King's Men, and I was like, that's not right. No, Ab3r's builder is right in there. Luckily for him, it's not being focused, but I think it is going to go down. That survived a lot longer than most. Ab3r using his doubt ability there, reducing 25% armor and damage. 20% armor, rather, and 25% damage. Which is really powerful. It's always good to debuff tanky units like Dwarves or anything with leadership or whatever. So Ab3r is a great hero for that. And now Dogi and Ab3r fended off the attack there. But they will soon, of course, have more to deal with. And in come the Black Riders from Dogi. Very nice. They are 2 grand, so he does want to not lose those. The good thing about having a friendly ally that is like, say, Dwarf, or good faction, I should say, is he can get a well or a hearth or whatever and heal them up. I suppose, if he can't get them to level 2 themselves, which is always good to keep them alive. The same could be said about any good unit, really. Oh, and it looks like he's not the only one with Black Riders, as Jaberwauke has also gone Black Riders. Which doesn't surprise me, really, because Jaberwauke had a siege work sooner, and he also has... I'd say he's been pretty... if you look at the mini-map, Jaberwauke's got quite a bit of map presence. His base is pretty intact, and he's doing well in eco. We do have Hobbit summon for Aber there, that's his, of course. Trying to throw rocks at Gothmog, which... Unfortunately for him, rocks don't heat seek. So, they do miss. Dogi could get Gothmog here, though. Is he going to go for him? Yeah, he probably made the right decision because the battle wagons will snipe him out there. There you go. We do have industry here for Dogi. We have Elven Wood for Glaurung there, and Jaberwauke is also going for industry. So the Mordor players are going down the same tech tree, which is not surprising because it is the best tech tree for Mordor. Once you get industry, you're in a good spot. We do have Glorfindel out here for Glaurung now, who you know, should be a little bit careful. There we go. He's wisely taking him off with his horse, so he may chop a son bitch. All right, we got a lot of. We have a brand out for Aber. Very nice. He does have to be a little bit careful though. He doesn't have a whole lot of defense. He does have some porcupine for phalanx over there, but they're not anywhere near Brand. So these Black Riders could potentially go for him, but Ab3r's wisely staying close to these. And Jaberwauke, of course, is not going to want to run into porcupine formation, guys, because he'll slow down a substantial amount. It looks like Jaberwauke is also bringing catapults into the fray. And expanding into Ab3r's territory with farms. Fortunately for him, the Shade Troll is too close to that. And he is pissed. Yeah, I'd definitely say Jaberwauke has control of the right side pretty substantially. And we have Wells being thrown down there, Mirrors rather, for his ally, which is always nice. And it's looking pretty good for the northern team, I gotta say. Dogi's base is pretty good too, though. He's got a pretty spicy production center here. He's still got majority of his farms. He does have a couple here, just kind of. I'm guessing it's like maybe a buffer. But they are, of course, giving him more command points. Even though one of the farms is going to make trash money, 3 resources for that. Probably just using it to get command points, but also, if he didn't intend this, it is working as a nice little buffer. Defensive barrier, I suppose. So Builder's in. He's in danger. See how Ab3r's doing against the forces of Jaberwauke. Ab3r's fort is starting to take a hit now. Luckily, Mordor catapults don't do a ton of damage. So it'll take a while for him to kill that with just one catapult. But he will kill it. If Ab3r cannot do anything. That Mouth of Song should really get out of there. Especially when there's a hero who has the ability to shoot arrows. And battle wagons. He now has 4 battle wagons in Metadale. What the hell? Interesting. And of course he's focusing the Mouth of Sauron with them. Jaberwauke unwisely not running away his Mouth of Sauron. I don't know why he's not. Oh. And there goes his whole army. Mouth of Sauron probably included. And Black Riders got thrown into pikes as well. That couldn't have gone much worse for Jaberwauke, to be honest. And even a builder getting slaughtered there. The entire army of Jaberwauke's got wiped in one barrage. That was pretty savage. Oh. Good use of barrage for Ab3r, that's for sure. We do have Worm for Jaberwauke now, but that's not gonna do a whole lot for him, I feel like. And it looks like Dogi is starting to make ground upon Glaurung over here now. Now that Jaberwauke's not able to send him aid, Dogi can now throw his full Mordor aggression at him. We do have Noldors in the field though for him. Sure, always fun. He's using them to pick off the Haradrim Marchers, which they do a great job of. Oh my god, that one catapult killed them all? That seems weird. Alright. Maybe he should have focused the catapult then. Goodness. Here comes Ab3r with a few battalions of Dwarves to help push Glaurung back. Unfortunately, by the time he gets there, Dogi's army's already kind of withered down and retreated. So really, he's not going to get a lot done by himself. But he does have his Battle Wagon's army, of course. We do have a Witch King for Jaberwauke, which could be a good counter. But of course, the Men of Dale on the Battle Wagon are going to be really annoying, and they're going to pick them apart. It's a tricky situation when you get too many Battle Wagons. Barbed arrows plus the catapult. Oh yeah, I guess the barbed arrows are pretty savage as well, huh? Good points. Okay, well, we'll see if the Witch King makes a difference here. I think where there isn't going to be a lot of Battle Wagon action, the Witch King will be huge. But other than that, he's got to be a little bit careful. Of course, once Bran gets Beast Slayer arrow, I'm pretty sure that'll hurt the Witch King on his mount as well. Pretty severely. Okay, he's decided to use his worm here, which... I wouldn't say it was a great use of worm. He can, of course, move it, and I'm hoping he does. I think worm is more suited to attacking bases, to be honest. I mean, look at this. All he did was make Dogi retreat with not even a full army. Maybe burned a battalion of Black Orcs. That's about it. So I'd say poor use of worm there. Oh man, this is what you want. Lots of Haradrims. Once your Haradrim's level 2, the barbed arrows just do... It's just so much. Very good. Glorfindel doesn't even want a piece of that. And I think maybe it's time to upgrade to Mirkwoods, perhaps. He's really going heavy on these fucking Lorien archers. Look how many Lorien archers he has. What is that, 6? At this stage in the game, that seems crazy. It's either he keeps buying them, or he's keeping them alive so long, and there's no reason to get rid of them, which I understand. Witch King one-shots battle wagons. I don't know if he can one-shot a level 5 battle wagon. I don't know either. Maybe. Maybe not. Depends on if they miss. Nothing worse than when the flying unit flies down and misses. Looks like he's opted to go for Witch King on foot, though. Of course, it's great against Dwarf infantry. But obviously not going to do very well against the battle wagons. He is tanking the arrows from the battle wagon pretty nicely, though. Do they have a big power? Ever summoning hobbits, it looks like. Doesn't look like they have anything to really do that. Yeah, summon hobbits. We'll get the catapults, though. Dogi sending over the Black Riders. Glaurung's holding his own over here. He's got some Noldors again, and he's continuing to get just lots of Lordians. Buckland's probably getting some passive leveling there as well, as long as he stays next to the archers while they're getting kills and stuff. There we go. Hobbit's getting another kill on the catapults. That's 2 catapult kills. Witch King gliding around. Witch King definitely would be much better on his Felbeast, but obviously it's a bit more risky. I can understand why he's on foot. Curious to see how much damage a Witch King on foot does to, oh, guess we're not going to find out. Oh no, I think Jaberwauke overextended with his Witch King. And this is the power of the battle wagon. As long as they focus, they will bring him down. And he knows he can't mount into Felbeast mode. There's no time. There he goes. He's dead! Damn. Well, that's a big loss for Jaberwauke. An unfortunate turn of events for him, for sure. I do hope I ever go straight to hell for this, though. There is indeed a special place in hell for people like this. Too many battle wagons. Although it did cost him quite a bit early game. Makes you wish he was versus Angmar. It's like a fell wind him right into pikes or something. I feel like Angmar might have the best way to deal with battle wagons. Maybe. That one's just really good for anything, really, though. There's a few other ways, of course. You could snowbind them. Snowbind? Soul freeze. You can soul freeze them, and then surround them with pikes until they're... You know. That's a harder way to do it, but it is an option. Jaberwauke's making a pretty solid wall here. Ab3r's trying to break through with his catapults. These catapults, of course, don't have the flaming shot, though. And catapults without flaming shot are basically garbage. You might as well be throwing trash cans, because they're terrible. Dogi, meanwhile, is making a bit of ground in the middle. Looks like he does have upgrades for his troops. He's got some forged blades. Got a couple catapults on this hill though, but unfortunately his army ran away, leaving them to their devices. And the Black Riders kill this Glorfindel. Oh! Not quite. Those barbed arrows almost finished him though. That was very clutch for Glaurung. Holy crap. Got a little lucky there, but the Black Riders of Dogi are now perished. Unfortunately for him. Oh no! What? Okay, that was not Ab3r's barrage. I was gonna say, why would they both use that? Ab3r just launched a mighty catapult as Dogi barraged, which I guess killed most of Ab3r's barrages. Almost come off cooldown. He's got 20 power points. He's gaining power points quite nicely. So he'll have a tier 4 spell very shortly here. Glaurung nowhere near really. He's got two 10 power points, 2 5 power points. And of course we have Jaberwauke with his worm. And 12 power points after that. So the southern team definitely doing well on the PowerPoint front. Much better than the other team, I would say. We do have 3 battalions of Noldors there, though, I think. Oh, and there's the barrage for Ab3r. These barrages have been so brutal. The only thing that remains is the Noldor, it looks like, which are going to be picked apart by these battle wagons with Men of Dale on them. Oh. There you go. Whole army dead, just like that. This is the perfect time for Dogi to attack. Now that his opponent's army is completely wiped almost. He does still have some stuff, but all his Noldors are dead. And he doesn't really have much. He has at least got Mirkwoods now, so that's good. As long as Dogi's careful. Should be able to beat that. So you can go to catapults. Jaberwauke's building up an army. At least he knows majority of the big powers have been used. At least until, you know, Dwarves get to 25, which is very soon. I can't remember which Dwarven power is after Barrage. I think it's Earthquake. No, it's Citadel, isn't it? Oh! Oh, what? Dogi using the Gorgor's Spire on the Jaberwauke's army. Damn! Oh my god. The northern team cannot catch a break. So many giant powers being thrown at them. Jaberwauke just throwing up towers. So many towers. It's a very nice shot. Well, that's gotta be problematic for him. So both the southern team have invested heavily into fortifying their fortresses and getting the fort powers, but I think it paid off in dividends. So props on them. Obviously the elves can't really do that, because they can get that fucking eagle if they want. Well, that's not really going to help too much. Not when there's armies of Forager Marchers out here. I mean, eagle still could be good, but money probably better spent elsewhere, you know? All that said, we could, of course, have this one. Gorgor's Spire here. Looks like he does have one as well, so Jaberwauke could, of course, do the same thing in return if Ab3r decides to push in. Or Dogi decides to push in too close to his base. We will see, I guess. I don't know how you would answer this. Like, people always say, like, oh, this isn't a problem. But it really is so hard to deal with, unless you have a specific thing to deal with it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what I do against these battle wagons, personally. I'll confess, I have no idea. Oh, where'd that come from? Was that this? Oh, that was Gorgor's Spire from Jaberwauke across the map. You can actually reach that far. That's crazy. Well, there goes Ab3r's army, for the most part. Unfortunately, not the battle wagons. Jaberwauke is pushing in with this pretty sizable force. Alright, he's trying to use the worm to keep the battle wagons busy. Unfortunately, the worm doesn't do like eruption damage, which I wish it did, to be honest. Will Ab3r lose his fort here, is the question. His army is buffed. It is possible they might get his fort. He probably has rebuild ready. He does not have rebuild, but he can if he doesn't get rebuild. And he's decided to spend 5 power points to get rebuild, which is a wise decision. I don't think using... He could have got a 25 there, but obviously keeping your fort alive is kind of priority number 1. Eagle Summon has been spawned in from Glaurung. Now they're really committed to trying to take this fort down. I don't think they're going to get it. There goes one eagle. There's lots of men of Dale here. And the forces of Mordor have dwindled. And I think he'll be just fine. And he probably gained... Yeah, he's gained some power points back, of course, from defending. Doesn't look like Worm did much of anything. Which doesn't surprise me. And now Dogi is making a push here. His troops, of course, be better because he has forward blades and his opponent does not. And he is managing to get a lot of these towers out of the way thanks to his catapult support there. But he's deciding to regroup here, of course, because the elves are probably in his base. Yes, they are indeed. Standing on elven wood with the elven mist. Okay, these Sarajems can't even see that there's guys in front of them because of the elven mist. They walked right up to them, only to be shotgunned in the face. Harsh, but fair. Alright, it's a very back and forth game, I gotta say. Lots of big moments. Now Ab3r's struggling to fend off this. At least he does have the Men of Dale, though. But the, of course, battle wagons are what's really keeping him alive. It looks like the majority of Dogi's forces have been melted away, other than this horde of catapults here. But it's no problem, man, because he has... Well, one of them has barrage. I'm assuming that's Dogi's, because Ab3r just used his not too long ago. He does have a 25 now. What is Ab3r going to buy? Mainly because I don't remember what's on that side. I'm hoping he buys it, so I know. But I'll only know for this game, because I never remember the power trees. He's gone for Earthquake. Okay. So Earthquake is after Barrage for Dwarves. There you go. Most people know that. I forget all the time. That could, of course, be pretty huge for him. Especially if he goes for an attack. He could actually cripple the production right here. And just walk straight into the base of Jaberwauke if he is ready to. Looks like Dogi's used industry on Ab3r's mineshaft there. Very nice. Very nice. Sharing is caring, or some shit. We do have Elrond on the field for Glaurung now. In his fancy-ass red armor. Very cool. Oh, it's just so much death. Another reason the Black Red is really good is because it's Dread Visage. Just having a debuff is very nice. Obviously, you don't want to keep them in your army, really, but when they run by, they do debuff the enemy. It's pretty good. Barrage is in the middle for Dwarves. Is it really? Yeah. I was thinking it was on the left for me. Oh dear. Oh, well there's the 25 for Jaberwauke, I guess. Well, the fucking fires, rate of fire. Oh, very nice. We do have a Balrog Summon ready for Dogi though, and an Earthquake ready for Aber, and a Barrage. So I feel like a big play is about to happen, but Aber, of course, is going to need new army. He did lose a battle wagon to the fire there. And there we go. There goes a barrage down on the Elves. Looks like some of them lived. And the Black Rider is going to try to finish Elven Mist being used, and Dogi decided to use a Balrog there. Interesting choice. I guess if there was more there, I would say that was probably good, but, you know. I guess it was okay. At least he got it close enough to a base where he can do damage still. Now, in theory, he can get a flame burst right here and do pretty good damage if he can click it properly. A lot of players like myself are never able to click it properly. Very nice. That cleared out a good moment of it. For your information, it's the best ball or something I've ever done. Yeah. Very well. I mean, you got plenty of time to do a lot of damage to the base. Pretty spicy. And Ab3r is still defending off. The Black Rider is doing huge amounts of damage to these Men of Dale. Brutal. But the majority of the production of Jaberwauke is shut down at the moment. It's definitely not good for him. If he can get this level 3 siege works, that'd be huge. Oh, that was good. I managed to hit both just before he despawned. That was a fantastic Balrog. You are correct in that assessment. That's what you want. You want to get a lot of the base gone with Balrog. And if you can get something with the initial summon blast as well, of course, that's the icing on the cake. Because that's generally what you want. You have Silverthorn arrows here for Jaberwauke. Glaurung, rather. Maybe Jaberwauke has them too. Spoiler alert, he doesn't. He's just Mordor, but you never know. We do have an actual eagle in the fields, which I don't foresee living too long, but you never know. It maybe it'll be the eagle that lived. Maybe he'll get the eagle level 10 and crash the game. The infamous 2.02 version 7 bug, of course, which won't be a thing anymore in version 8, which is nice. You'll be freely able to level your eagles to level 10. Isn't that fantastic? If version 8 ever actually exists, it will happen. And you can eagle. There's the eagle summon. I'm gonna take some catapults out. Very nice. So going for Black Riders. Not a bad call either. Although they're not doing a huge amount of damage to it. Alright, Ab3r's roaming around. Is he ready to do some damage? He does still have the Earthquake. He could literally bring these walls down. It might almost be with Earthquake in here, just so he can go straight for the fort. But I don't know about that. There's the Gorgon Spire, of course, ready to be launched. And I feel like it's going to be launched very soon. There you go. Ab3r's cleared up that. So there's the Gorgon Spire. I knew it was coming. Big power after big power. No one's able to gain any ground. Good God. It's just when you think you're about to make some ground. Nope. Not today. Crazy. But also very cool. I like seeing big powers go off because it's just very fun, you know? Games with big powers happening all the time is quite fun. But they can also lengthen games out to the point where you're like, well, Jesus Christ, no one's gonna win. Because every time someone makes a move, a big power happens. So now Jaberwauke doesn't have much. He also doesn't have much production, mind you. So really, this is Ab3r's prime time to strike if he does. He does still have most of his battle wagon, though. It feels bad that not even the Black Riders, the 2,000 resource unit, can counter this battle wagon nonsense. Jesus. Oh, there goes the Eagle A. Dead. Dead AF. Alright, Ab3r's making a push. There's a barricade summon. Ab3r summoning hobbits. Ab3r really is trying to keep his catapults alive, but Malthasar's getting in there. He does have Evil Eye as well. And whatever he Evil Eye didn't... It wasn't what I would have done. He should have Evil Eyed the catapult, I think. Oh well. Dogi's used a worm here in Jaberwauke's base, it looks like. He's going to lose even more buildings. This is where the worm excels. Because he does great structure damage. It's always annoying when people use them on units. Even I do it as well, but it's like... You know it's shit. If no one's ever going to stay and fight the worm, either. I guess if you want to make them run away or something, or they can't run away. It could be good. Really, it's just better on basis, isn't it? There's a flood going off somewhere, and I fucking have no idea where. Ah. The back of Dogi's base has been flooded. Which, of course, we missed, but couldn't find it. So, a lot of his stuff is been destroyed in the back of his base. That's going to slow him down a bit. We do have a lot of elven heroes building up. Which is pretty good for Glaurung if he can keep him out of, you know, Black Rider nonsense. Oh man, the barrages are so harsh. Black Riders could easily single out these elven heroes while the barrage is throwing them around. Not even Glorfindel and Polite Purity can fight off Black Riders. They're far too savage. And now what once was a lot of elven heroes is now not many. In fact, will be none left. They did see Haldir go up here, and they've trapped him in a corner. And down he goes. Oh. Brutal. And it looks like Glaurung is actually losing now. Like for realsies. That was a wild shot. Somehow still hit though. I'm not sure what it hit, but it hit. Glaurung, as you see, has no units on the field. Jaberwauke's sending his Malthasar and his Black Riders to try and aid, but the Dogi is committed to the siege, and there's not much to stop him at the moment. We're sending the battle wagons to support. As long as they keep working down this fort, they will get it eventually. Assuming there's no big powers or anything go off. Ab3r does have 15 power points in the bank here. So you could use that on something. Looks like Dogi's Balrog is almost back. Flood, of course, was just used. Eagle Summon's getting close to coming back. Jaberwauke's Rain of Fire is almost back. Okay. Well, that will, if it's there in time, be able to fight off something. But of course, he's going to have a problem with the Dwarves from Ab3r in his base soon. I think the momentum has completely switched into the Southern team's favor. As there's just been so much death. The barrages have indeed been just huge in this game. Everyone moves in clumps. Barrage is the clump killer. Looks like the Black Riders were able to kill off all the catapults there, though. So Glaurung was okay for now, but Aber is now moving into Jaberwauke's base. And Jaberwauke's defenses are very slim. Gorgoth Spire's almost back, kinda. Just gotta hold on for a bit. He'll have Rain of Fire and Gorgoth Spire soon, so I don't think Aber's gonna make too much ground here. He has split up his army a little bit, which is wise. I think at this point in the game, you don't want to have any big armies. Period. There's just too much kill spells on the field. Tactical nukes targeting everything. Well, we got a Balrog. Balraj of Mordor. Very nice. Managed to hit the Elf army, it looks like. And now Dogi's gonna try and get him to the Elven base there and do as much damage as possible. I foresee a Rain of Fire or a Gorgoth Spire very shortly here. Because he does have them both, Jaberwauke, so he just needs a prime target. Undermine being used to try and save Brand. I don't think it's going to be enough. Nope. Oh! There's the Rain of Fire. Not a good use of it, though, in my opinion. How good is Rain of Fire a direct hit on battle wagons? That's what I want to know. He's been having such troubles with the battle wagons. Maybe I would have went for just the battle wagons, not the 2 battalions and a mineshaft. So I would say that was not a great use of the Rain of Fire. Jaberwauke has been defeated there. he's out. So now it's just Glaurung, of course, who is about to die here anyway. And that'll be GG. Oof. Nice. Savage. There you go, that was a good game. Very exciting. Lots of big powers, lots of big plays, back and forth. That's what I want from my 2v2s, gonna be honest. That's pretty good. So thank you for that one, Ab3r. That was a good one. I enjoyed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that as well.